my partner at the time was coming with me to an appointment and hadn't really been and had never met my oncologist.
Okay.
And we're like in the little physical therapist office, and he knew that I was in there and it was Halloween, and he decided to pop in and say hi, and he was dressed as Thing One. He had like a red onesie and like a blue wig, and it was my partner at the time's first time meeting the man who essentially was saving my life.
That's awesome.
And I was like, yeah, doesn't usually look like that. But then later I was like, what if he had to tell someone something bad that day? Like, what?
We have to start making plans.
Yeah.
Generously, you probably have 6 months. You take off the Darth Vader helmet. Welcome to Tank Top Talks with Matt Braunger. I'm your host, Matt Braunger. Tank tops are ridiculous, but they feel good. And the reason why they feel good is because they're ridiculous. Look at us. Jessica Boudreaux, let's talk about your tank.
This is my tank.
Yeah, so you got Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Total poser. I don't know. I found
it's cut though.
Yeah, it was like a t-shirt.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
It's customized.
Yeah. Got it in a thrift store in Portland.
Perfect.
Santa Cruz tank top in Portland.
Our spot.
I know, yeah.
We're both from Portland.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, Jessica Boudreaux is a founding member of the band Summer Cannibals, a band I've seen many, many times live. They're incredible. They rock. And she's now become, has been a producer for a while too. And so she's working in that world. Just to give a little background I have a lot of comedians on here, not a lot of rockers. So kind of sweet. How you been?
I've been good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm adjusting to LA life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've been here, what, like a year?
No.
Not even?
Like 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I fled.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were talking about this when we had coffee a couple of months ago, how growing up in Portland. Did you grow up in Portland?
No.
Okay.
I grew up in Louisiana.
Okay.
But I've been in Portland since 2008.
Okay.
So a while.
Sure.
I kind of grew up there, right? I moved there when I was 18.
Okay. So you might have missed this vibe that was so strong when I was a kid there, which is everyone in LA sucks. Everyone in California kind of sucks. Where it's this thing of, when I get it, because Portland was a really cheap place to live, still is cheaper than some places, much more hip than when I was a kid. But there was a resentment of people who would make their money, say in like California, and they're like, I'll just raise a family in Portland now. And people in Portland be like, get out, this kind of angry thing. I think it's much with the advent of, honestly, I think the internet, a lot of people are like, they're not so bad. It is
still... People are still like transplants. Can we curse?
Yes, all you want.
Fucking transplant.
Yes, 100%.
And be like, what's their license plate? California? Yeah. I thought so.
Yeah.
And you're like, but then also people in Portland also have beef with people in Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Because I think they're jealous that Seattle's like bigger and like.
It's funny though. I remember being at a dinner party and this guy who admittedly was a douchebag. One of those guys, the vibe that comes off him, and you're like, man, do you suck. The guy who's like, we're eating this incredible food and he's just disdainful and judgmental about everything. And I've got a mouthful of like delicious shit. I'm like, fuck this. I try not to hate on people, but, and then this comes out of his mouth. He's just like, well, Seattle always does stuff first and then Portland does it. Seattle, and I'm just like, always? What? I mean, cause like, there was the grunge thing, but Portland had grunge bands. Seattle I felt like it caught on, where it became the international touchstone place. But
we had
anyway,
some great, I
mean, Portland's got its own shit,
right? Like Portlandia, for instance.
Dude, when you were there when they were making Portlandia, people hated on Fred and Carrie so bad.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
There was a band, what were they fucking called? They're called like, it wasn't Red Fang at all. Shout out to Red Fang, but it was like
Love Red Fang.
Red Knives or something. It was Red something. I just saw their t-shirt, never heard of this band. And they had Ramblin' Rod, who was like our Bozo the Clown when I was a kid. He'd show the morning cartoons, holding their heads, like Fred and Carrie's heads cut off. Where I was like, all right, man. And I will say a lot of the hate came out of because I would watch an episode and be like, fuck, they nailed us.
Mm-hmm.
They nailed us.
Nobody likes to be called out.
No.
You know what I mean? Like the first thing I saw from that show was the like song where they were like Portland, where young people go to retire.
Yes.
And I was like,
yeah,
busted.
Busted.
Know?
My mom was saying that when she was, decades ago.
Yeah.
Because that was always the thing. And they're like, oh, the dream of the 90s is alive in Portland, what it kind of became. And it's like, yeah, but also fucking awesome. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is life for if not to enjoy? I don't know.
Right.
Right. Like shouldn't be like sensitive about that.
That's like the least embarrassing thing about Portland.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what's a super embarrassing thing? You can say one, I'll say one.
I don't know. I mean... Pass. Okay.
Well, the thing that drives me crazy, and I love Portland to death, Portland forever, but certain people that are white people, massively incredible at judging and negating on everything, but they're not doing shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the majority at all. The activism in Portland is top fucking notch. But and I was that guy when I was a teenager. Mm-hmm. But when I see that teenager and he's my fucking age and he's not marching and he's not volunteering, and I'm just like, bro, you got to shut the fuck up in the coffee shop for real.
Yeah.
That's my thing that drives me crazy that I will die on. And that guy is not exclusive to Portland. He's across the country.
Right.
And the world. But
it's a bubble there though.
For sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Echo chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's an echo chamber. Yeah. Unfortunately. But I think there are those people that kind of, can branch out, can do the thing where it's really hard.
Yeah.
Like, how do you balance the thing of, the world is burning, but here's my thing that I can do to mitigate? Is there anything?
I mean, to be fair, I feel like the last 6 years, like starting with COVID, my own personal, I had cancer. Yeah. I was like in treatment for 3 years and in this, kind of just like trapped in my house.
Sure.
I feel like I've learned how to hold like the existential dread and like everything is burning with like, but I really like the way that the wind feels on my face today.
Holy shit.
You know what I mean? Like, but I really love the way that, this frozen Greek yogurt tastes.
No.
Have you had this?
I mean, that's what's it? Warren Zevon. Mm-hmm. That thing where he knew he was dying.
Yeah.
And like David Letterman is like, what's your philosophy? And he's like, enjoy every sandwich.
You have to.
I mean,
right?
So you have that perspective. I remember
well, also being
I forgot it was 3 years.
I was in, so I mean, I still technically am 6 years later in treatment.
Wow.
It's like, I have things that I have to do every day.
Right.
I was like, chemo, mastectomy, radiation.
Right.
2 years of an oral chemo. And then now I'm like on hormone meds. I mean, that's just like I do think that personal perspective gives a greater perspective on everything else that's happening.
Right.
Though. And like you notice things, right? Mm-hmm. And you like, I feel like it somehow made me less like self-involved.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it made me want to do things that felt like I could like show up somewhere and actually help someone with my hands too, And so I like got involved in a lot of like cancer organizations, nonprofits and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't know.
But also you producing other people's music now and working on that. Because that was one thing I remember that hit me when we were talking, how you've kind of settled a little bit, which you do in life. But like, you were a touring band for all those years and you're just like, I kind of just want to stay in one place and work with people. And I'll still do the little things. Like for me, when my daughter was born, it was like, my wife was like, you can't be on the road not even every other weekend. I can't handle it. I work full time. Like you got to scale that back. And for me, that was so mentally healthy where I don't go, I think about this. I go, I think I'm a good comic, But it's that thing where I know comics who are on the road all the fucking time. And granted, that makes you better.
Yeah.
But it also kind of makes you worse because your perspective is so skewed and you get so fucking sick of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe I got from you. Where like, not that you were sick of doing it, but it's a lot.
Yeah. And it wasn't doing anything for me in the way that I think I needed to be a better person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like a small thing. Like I'm not like doing some great service by being a music producer. However, like growing up and coming up in music where every engineer I worked with, every producer I worked with was a guy,
right?
Who I really felt like I had a hard time communicating with. Yeah. I would be like, why doesn't this sound like I want it to? I guess it's my fault because I don't know how to communicate properly. I don't know how to like, I don't know the technical terms right now, whatever, but really they were just, I'd ask for, the snare down and they'd be like, sure. And then, it wouldn't touch it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it didn't help that they were like, okay, chick.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
weird, they'd say,
girl.
All right, woman.
Yeah.
Turn this.
But there was like a moment where I was coming to LA and I was doing these sessions and I had been producing up until then, but I, got sent on a session, a co-write with a guy who was a producer. And I like pulled up to the house and I'm like, oh, this is a nice house. And then he like comes out in like his slippers, like the dude, like
sure.
Whatever.
Full Lebowski.
And he's like, okay, come back. And so we went back into the garage and I was like, oh, the garage is his house. And then it was like the desk with the monitors and stuff. And then like his bed, like, his futon that you sit on. And I was like, if I were like 20, like 19 and like going on like, what an insane introduction into this world.
Yeah.
That these professional people are like, go to this guy's garage and you just show up and you do it. And then it's like, now make a song.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to talk about today? What's bothering you? What's it? Like, it's weird.
That seems odd.
Weird thing.
Yeah.
Versus like moving here and being like, I'm going to create a space where there are snacks and there are drinks.
Great.
And there's a couch that's not a bed.
Yeah.
And there's a bathroom that's not in my house.
Well,
like,
the level of comfort on his part kind of scares me. Where I'm kind of like, I'm looking at it from your perspective. You're a young woman, and there you go, self-explanatory. Yeah. I'm looking at it from my perspective, saying I'm a musician. I show up, I want to be like, bro, I don't want to smell your bed. Can we record somewhere else?
Yeah.
This whole room smells like dick and feet.
Yeah.
I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. Nothing about that seems conducive to creativity.
And to, you're like, what am I going to write about today?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I never went on another.
I think I'm not going to write anything.
That, like I'm just like, no, I'm producing.
Yeah.
No, come to me.
No, good for you.
Because I know, it's, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's as much as you're kind of, I would say, not backpedaling, but kind of being like, I'm not really doing a service. So like, yeah, you are.
Right. Well, I'm like trying to create spaces where, and I really don't work with any men.
Okay.
Every once in a while, like somebody pops up and that's awesome. Like, I'm not like, no.
Right.
But working with women, especially young women who are like kind of getting into, especially like pop world is a whole beast, Yeah. So like I get excited to create an environment where someone can be vulnerable and not feel like they're like, I don't know, carving themselves out. Like I feel like you also
well, you yourself were just saying like, oh, I'm working with these male engineers and I keep going, maybe it's me. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just instilled in, not to be a large thing, women societally.
Right.
Where it's kind of like, well, am I reading this wrong? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be chill. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's nice that you can just be like, look, don't worry about, like there's that immediate vibe you're going to have where you're going to be like, no, we're just here to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just throw all that out the window. Mm-hmm. Well, it's just the dynamic that exists or does it kind of thing between a man and a woman sometimes creatively.
I mean, also just, that is also a personal problem for me where I'm like, like I was always like, I got to be the cool patient. I got to be the chill. I'd be like, no, it doesn't hurt. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
What, I'm cool.
Sure.
I don't know what that is. I don't know why. But I'm trying to be better about being like, no, you come to me. No, that hurts. No, I don't like that. You know what I mean? It's hard.
Oh,
you don't
for sure.
want to I'm scared of offending people.
I feel like when things kind of started taking off in a sense for me in my career, where it was just like, oh, you're getting like, oh, you should go and audition for this, or maybe there'd be an offer. And I've shot down a lot of stuff because I'm just like, I don't see myself that way, where I should have just kind of been more like, no, try this, try that kind of thing. Whereas, so what I'm saying is I never thought about it this way, but as a dude, I was way too protective of myself, where I saw myself as, like, oh, I see what this person's going for and that ain't it. Whereas I could have gone, oh, let me do my twist on this and not be so, because now I wouldn't say almost no fear of looking like an idiot, but I'm also like, I'm taking the ego out, where I'm just like, let me just go out for this thing and see, and who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah.
Just try it, and because my life is my life. Yeah, we used to be like, everything is this, my career, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think the flip side, female performers are often being like, well, you're probably not going to get another chance,
right?
So you should maybe work with this guy. He kind of sucks as a dude. You're gonna smell his futon. But now it's like my head is still in that guy's studio, and I hate it. Yeah, I hate his robe.
I mean, honestly, like, he was totally fine. Like, he wasn't weird. He wasn't. I mean,
I know.
Do you know what I mean? But I was thinking the whole time, like, this could be really bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't like it.
Who knows that I'm here? Did I share my location?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's funny that this has been pinging around in my head since I knew you were coming on the show. And for listeners or anyone watching, I never prepare. Okay, this ain't armchair expert. No, I will look up stuff. I knew a lot about your band and stuff, but I also have personal experiences with you just as a pal. And I remember waiting in the merch line at Spaceland, RIP, and you guys played there in Silver Lake, and you were just selling albums or whatever. And I was like, I was just waiting to like not get in the way. I'll go say hi to Jessica. My friends are at the bar, and I got up to where you were selling, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And we gave each other a hug, and I was like, "Oh, do you need a drink?" And you're like, "No, I have a beer." And you had a beer, but it wasn't open. And I was like, "Oh, are you saving it?" And you're like, "I can't see it all the time when I'm selling merch, so I keep it closed." And I was like, "Oh, that thing of, obviously women have to always look out for being roofied, but what the fuck?" You know what I mean? And you were so casual about it. And I was like, God, that fucking sucks. And I'm not saying anything women listening don't know. Right. Maybe some dudes don't. You know what I mean?
I did also since then get diagnosed with OCD.
Okay.
Where I learned that I have like an intense like phobia of like something like that happening.
Sure.
And I don't drink. I haven't drank in maybe 8 years or something.
Okay.
Partially because of the anxiety that was created in thinking about that.
Right.
I've had a lot of friends who've been roofied, specifically in Portland.
Yeah.
Which it happens everywhere, but that's just like where I experienced it. But I would either try to not open my beer. I would never drink a beer out of a cup. And if I could, I would get a bottle so that I could have my thumb in it. Pretty much, unless I was drinking from it. Yeah, it's my. That's like one of the most terrifying things in the world to me.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, it is crazy that it's not even like an irrational fear, right? No. Like it just happens, and in that's such a like. There's just so many people coming up and talking to you, and you just kind of never know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, it's like, I mean, what we're talking about isn't laugh a minute.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's not. But you're like, I usually have comedians on.
No, but this is great. This is great. This is good. This is good insight for people to like, I hope anyone who's listening is nodding and or learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I have any roofiers that are fans of the show, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The dudes who listen to this are into the consensual vibes.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Just to speak for myself, I've always been attracted to people who are attracted to me. I like to be wanted. You know what I mean? I like to be desired. I don't have the thing that Bill Cosby had where it's like, I don't want to waste any time.
Yeah.
And I'm just a fucking demon.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're demons.
They're demons.
Truly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something so cold and awful inside of this person that would do something that way.
The lowest common denominator.
And that's why it sounds so alien to me.
I know.
Where I just don't relate at all, or anyone I know, where you're just like, what in the fuck?
Yeah. It's hard to fathom. I have dated some scary people.
Really?
Oh,
that pause was weird. It was like you were going to say, I have roofied people. Like, what? After all we've just said?
I was in a 2-year relationship with someone who, if you told me that and this is before I came out as lesbian, but if you told me that he had done that or had been doing that after the fact, I would be like, yeah.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone's dating history is strewn. If you've been out there long enough, or you've really been putting in the work.
Yeah.
Like I did. Maybe you did too. You've had some people you've been with that, you know what I mean? I don't throw anyone I dated under the bus, but there were certain...
I do.
Good.
Yeah.
But there were, because I was not innocent, but there are some people I was like, oh, we both needed serious psychiatric help during this thing. This was not, and this person, you know, there's indicators.
Right.
Someone was writing on like threads, like, what is a thing that makes someone immediately like unattractive to you on a date or whatever? And mine is like when they're shitty to like a server or a bartender or anyone that's doing labor around them or whatever, like talking shit or generally this like judgmental negativity and shittiness. And I was with someone that if they were in a bad mood, they would flip and just make everything bad for people around us. And I'm like, and I'm looking back, it's like, why didn't I should have just walked right then. But you're just like, it's all up here, I think. I don't think she was really that bad. And you're like, oh wait, no.
We're just like, when I was in New York, I stopped and got coffee somewhere, and usually on the little like iPad when they have you do the tip, it's in a certain order.
Sure.
It's like 10, 15, 20 or whatever. And this one was reversed. So it had like the lowest on the right side and the highest on the left side. So without thinking about it, I clicked 15%.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh no.
Like grabbed something else, bought it so that I could like leave. It's so hard for me to fathom.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're younger, you do try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Of course.
Which I did a lot. Yeah. I was like, he doesn't actually want to kill me. He
just says it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's such a goof.
He's so funny.
Chainsaw whirring in the next room. I know that chain isn't attached.
Right.
It just looks like it could cut me in half.
Just wants to scare me a little.
Just carries a lot of knives with my name on the handle. He's a goof. Is that what drove you to women? I'm joking.
No, I was so scared of women because I cared what they thought of me.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is just easier.
Yeah.
It was not. Neither have been great for me, but you know, one I'm actually attracted to. And
that's the thing. People suck. I mean, it's no matter who there's no, you know what I mean? Like Kyle Kinane's sister is lesbian and one of the best people I've ever known. And there was this time where I was like, wow, that's gotta be awesome. She doesn't have to deal with the hell of men. And she's like, women are no fucking cupcake either. And you're like, okay, you're right. You know, because you have that mentality of oh yeah, you're free of the madness.
Right.
Like, no, dating sucks. Dating sucks so bad.
When I tell people about like my ex, like who had an affair when I was recovering from cancer, everyone goes, sorry. And this was a man, right?
Sure.
I'm like, it wasn't. You would think.
Nope.
You would think. Wasn't.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah. I mean, sorry. Yeah.
is gonna need like a disclaimer before like mention of.
I mean, I'm sorry I'm lauking.
No, if I'm not, I'm crying.
Your partner cheated on you during cancer treatment kind of thing. It's one of those things where I hear something that's so bad. You're like, it's almost like when you're reading one reason I like Hunter S. Thompson is he'll be so virulent in his hatred. It just makes me laugh. It's not even like he wrote anything funny.
Yeah.
He just hates Nixon that much or whatever. You know, it's just like, you're just like, wait, what the fuck? When you were going through what? You know? It's just.
I know.
Sorry. That's insane.
You know?
That's insane. Have you seen
Material.
I mean, yeah, there you go. That's a song.
Were you at Jonah's thing when I played the songs? I can't remember. If
No.
that.
Yeah, okay. I love his show. I wasn't there that night. I was pissed. I was out of town.
I was like, because I have like this whole album about this whole thing that happened, and there's songs like, well, because then there was stuff with the other woman. She ended up being a trip. Wow. And like, I was like, okay, I'm like playing these songs at this comedy show. I'm like, I'm gonna try to be funny. And I got up and I'm like, this is a song about when my ex had an affair while I was recovering from cancer.
Yep. See,
I was like, what am I doing here?
Do you know how often that happens to me as a comedian too? I think it's the minute I hate the fact that you can't open with something. I'm not saying everyone's too sensitive, but they are.
A little.
Where it's like,
I ended up knocking it down.
Like, you can't share a thing. People go, here. Their buttholes just squeeze tight. Yeah. And I mean, I was talking about my father-in-law's funeral or memorial service and how this just happened 2 weeks ago. He had dementia for a long time. And when he started going south, it went south real fast. And we got to see him days before he went. So it was like a beautiful thing. Yeah. And it didn't go on and on and on. That said, I'm at the memorial and I'm waiting where I'm in the receiving line with my 6-year-old, my wife, and people are lovely. There's no ceremony. We're just like, hi, thanks for coming. Have a seat. Go say hi to the box, you know, the cremains. And, there's always that friend that does something, has no sacred anything. So his friend's like, this is for you. Hope you're okay. And it's a pink t-shirt. And I look at it and I unroll it and it says, Odyssey this, Odyssey that. You ought to see these titties. And it's that thing of like everyone else. I'm nowhere to put it. Someone's like, what is he in his hand? Are you doing okay? What is that? Oh, it's nothing. And I tried to tell the story of that at the Comedy Store last night, and fucking everybody is just stuck on dementia. They're stuck on you lost your father. It's a thing where I can see it in their eyes. So it's like, all right, I got to jump out of this boat. I got to build a new boat and sail off.
Right, yeah.
So it's like you just wanted to be like, it's that thing where you want to, as an artist, wear a shirt. Look, I'm over it.
Right.
You don't have to carry the cross for me. Dig this song. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna start crying in the middle of this thing.
No. Yeah. I'm like,
yeah, come on. It's a comedy show where there's also music, and it's like it's a light mood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I made him laugh eventually.
Okay, good.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because it's a great show. What is the name of the show? Jonah's show?
Scratchpad? Yeah.
I was about to say From Scratch, and
it's such a great show.
It's so good. It's in Highland Park if you live in LA. Yeah. Very, very, very awesome show. And like good variety and shit. Are you like, how often are you performing live now?
Never.
Ever?
Yeah, I did like those. I like played a few new songs at Jonah's thing a few months ago. And then my Summer Cannibals did like a couple of like, it was like the 10-year anniversary of our record that came out on Kill Rock Stars.
Yeah.
We did those. But it's not really my thing anymore.
Yeah.
Hurts my neck.
Okay. Yeah. So you're done cruising for chicks on the road? She always said that. You were like, that is what drives me creatively, is just cruising for random strange.
Yeah.
Just getting out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hooking up.
That was kind of my MO.
Well, that's the lesbian thing. Love them and leave them. Right.
Yeah, no, I go to bed at 9 p.m.
Me too.
Me and my dog. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, nice. Your dog's named Dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
God, yes, you are a rock star for sure. My dog named Dude. I like chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, 9 o'clock is, I had a 10:45 spot at the store last night and I'm like, fuck. And that's
why
early.
you were late today. Yeah.
That's
like half an hour late.
For like, I mean, the show goes till 1 a.m. So 10:45 is not a bad spot. That's a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
And like, I was still just like, Jesus Christ.
On a Wednesday night?
Yeah. I mean, I give my avails and then that's it. Oh my God. Can you imagine if you were, as a musician, you gave avails?
No.
And you just get a text?
Yeah.
It's just like the Troubadour, you're going up at 11 p.m. on Tuesday. You're like, fuck me.
I would lose my mind.
They're like, you're following Elton John. You're like, I fucking hate life. I don't want this.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
Here's a fun one.
Okay.
Do you ever kind of go, I wish I was in, because we mythologize, what do you say? What's the mythologize?
Yeah.
I can't say that or apothecary. I can't say those words. And I know I said that one wrong. Like eras that my theory is everything that didn't have a cell phone camera around it.
Yeah.
Is a mythos for sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's what's fun about it because we'll never really know. It's all word of mouth for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a musical era in America that you were like, I kind of would have liked to see how I would do in this zone?
This is not an interesting answer. And there were cell phones.
Okay.
But like the early 2000s.
Really?
Indie music is like my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
It's like hands down The Strokes. I did like a...
Yeah. That was such a good era.
I wrote some songs for this Apple TV show and it was like for the band in the show.
Okay.
And...
Can you say what show?
It was called City on Fire. They just did one season.
Okay.
But all the references were like The Rapture, The Strokes, like, earlier stuff like Iggy and the Stooges. But then like I was like, this is what I was born to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is so my shit.
Nice.
And it's probably because that was when wheels started turning for me. I graduated high school in 2008. And so I wasn't really I didn't actually start playing in bands until like 2010.
Okay.
2011.
Right.
So I think there was like 5 years, 2000 to 2005, that I think if I were in bands.
Yes.
I think I would have crushed that.
Yeah, you would have. And it's so funny. I forget how, not that you come off older, but I forget how young you are because that was like early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was your adolescent era.
Right. That was I was listening to, NSYNC.
Sure.
Britney Spears. Not then, maybe in 2000, but.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I had, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. So in the 80s, I had all this incredibly silly music that was beautiful, very synth-based, very emotional, very hard on the sleeve kind of stuff. Also, hip-hop, which wasn't, but was also very fun, And then in high school, near the end of high school, grunge came on the scene. And it was kind of like, oh, this isn't the kind of corny hair metal, which I do love too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's very intense. And I remember it having this thing of like, oh, we're kind of becoming adults too fast right now. We're getting real serious kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I love all that music. And so I'm just kind of like, you definitely romanticize those eras because of how good the shit was. Like if the songs weren't good, I wouldn't be like so.
Right.
And that era you're talking about, like when that Strokes album came out, it was like, holy shit. Its influences were all over it.
Yeah.
For sure. But they were done so well. Like Kyle once he's like, if you just kept making Ramones albums, I'll buy them kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I think if you kept making, to a degree, Strokes albums from that era, you know what I mean? Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Because it was just so fun.
Right.
It
felt like the perfect melding of the pop that I loved whenever I was young, like a child, and then starting to feel I think that I love 90s grunge. I mean, people always called Summer Cannibals a grunge band, which I hear wasn't my intention.
Yeah.
I was more excited about what was happening in like Bay Area garage rock world when I started.
You guys sound more to not split hairs, but more garage than grunge.
Exactly.
But there's definitely grunge elements to it.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, there was so I think we played a couple times with Mudhoney, who I love.
Yeah.
I love them. And I'm a big fan of Steve Turner. And someone sent me years after we played together, a podcast where he was talking about like kind of hearing maybe himself or like references to his guitar playing in other bands. And he like mentioned me, but like was basically like, yeah, when I heard it, I was like kind of ripping me off.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he was like, it was cool.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Well, and like, dude, like I love grunge, but when I first heard grunge, I was like, oh, we're doing metal again? It's metal.
Yeah, totally.
It's heavy metal.
Yeah.
It is. And, you know, like, I think everyone who did grunge, does grunge would be like, yeah, you know, but at the time.
With less technical skill.
Well, and less fucking lipstick on her, you know, and less like teased up hair and shit. And less, you know, way less misogyny. I remember that was a big one where Eddie Vedder was like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
And Axl Rose is like, 2 chicks kissing. And you're like, cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That was like the big thing, but it's kind of the same fucking music.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, hair metal is much more cock rock for sure, but grunge cannot deny that it was, even when Jane's Addiction's first album came out. Right. I was just like, whoa, these guys fucking rock. And that's a term I would never really use back then. Now I use it all the time. Yeah. But I think one cool thing with the advent of all these musical mergers, in a sense, of people with just showing their influences, is you gotta kind of let the judgment go in a real sense. And thankfully now we all have AI to throw, you know, double freedom rockets at, and rather than musicians who sound like this, who sound like that, who sound like this. Right.
That's what, I feel like Pitchfork just needs to start doing like reviews of like Suno albums.
Fuck yeah. Well, there's that one of that Tyga album that's entirely AI. It's their first 0.0 in like forever.
That's using their powers for
shit.
Good, right?
Fuck Timberland for doing that AI artist shit and all that stuff. I mean, I already went off on Diplo, but with another episode, and I'm just like, fuck you. The whole everyone's gonna do it though. It's like you sound like the first guy who brought cocaine to a party. Right. Everyone's you might as well. Yeah. You might as well do this.
Doing it.
Everyone's fucking doing it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're not?
Yeah.
Why not? Because it's killing us? No. Whatever,
He's
Square.
Such a loser.
No.
He's a loser.
It's that whole ilk.
I know.
It's undeniable. Might as well get on the train.
Right.
It's like you might as well get billionaire dick out of your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you might as well. You live better. You stop fucking swallowing that horse shit that they're trying to sell it. I'm sorry. Sorry. Got off on a tangent there. I apologize. Yeah. Like, are you working with anyone, or have you been working with anyone? No names, obviously, that you're just like, or do you ever work with something you're like, this just isn't working?
No.
Really?
Almost never.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, we should work together.
Yeah, right.
I should bring some lyrics in.
Yeah, exactly. I do like pick and choose a little bit. Okay. Because if I'm not doing sessions with artists, I'm doing like sync stuff. Okay. So I have to like allot my time appropriately. But I'm always surprised when people are like, oh yeah, you know those sessions where at the end of them you just like don't have a song. I'm like, no, I don't. We always make a song. Even if it's a shitty song.
Good for
I'm
you.
going to make a song.
Nice.
That's why I'm there, right? Like, yeah. I feel like people don't like to make bad stuff, and I don't care. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I know tomorrow I'm going to make something else.
That's great. Yeah. Anytime I love writing songs and stuff with actual musical friends, because I'll typically, it's that thing where I feel like sometimes I approach so much stuff I work on with too many stakes in my mind. Whereas with music, I can be like, oh, I don't have any, there's this isn't my world.
Yes.
So I'm going to write the dumbest thing I can come up with. And like, I mean, that's how Oasis wrote like Wonderwall. Wrote it on a bar napkin. It's the dumbest lyrics ever, but they just work.
Yeah.
And it's an anthem now. You know, like when you kind of, Ben Wise, who's been on the show, he does all like the music he did the music for this podcast, the other podcasts I've done, every special I've done.
Yeah.
And we just did a dick around song that we just re-recorded called After Two. It was like a drunk guy who gets off his bartending job, and the whole song is, why is everything closed after 2? Please don't tell me my drinking is through. And it sounds like Heart in the 80s. It's got the big synth.
Yeah,
so, because it's the most dramatic song about something that is not important.
Yeah.
At fucking all. But it is this man in the moment.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's like, I like writing shit like that.
Right. Not
stuff that's like, oh, it's Weird Al, and shout out, I love Weird Al Yankovic. But not something that's just like, this will be a funny song, but like something that's, okay, this is a fun way to hit this thing.
Right. Yeah.
Rather than go, we're going to write a great song today.
Yeah. Trying to write a great song doesn't work.
No.
Yeah. One of my favorite like pop records is Emotion, the Carly Rae Jepsen record.
Oh yeah.
And she wrote 250 songs for that record. And then
what the fuck?
Narrowed it down to 10. And every song is a hit. Like every song, I'm like, do you think that's an accident? Like, you can't sit down and say that I'm going to write a hit today.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not how it works. It's a numbers game. You have to like.
Oh, that's so.
And the more you output, the more ideas you get. I think people sometimes are like, what if that's like the last great song that I'll write? Or like, what, you know what I mean? Like that. I've had that thought before when I was younger. Like, what if that was just like a fluke?
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, no, the more you make, the more ideas you have.
Fuck yeah. I still hit that wall of like, I can't write anything funny anymore.
Yeah.
And then I'll be in this relaxed zone, and then something will hit me and I'll go, oh, that's funny to me.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this will be like, I had the dumbest thought clanging around in my head for a while. And it was like the biggest laugh I got last night. It's the first thing the first thing I said in the whole set that was totally new. Like nothing got as much of a laugh as that. And I'm like, oh, so that wasn't just my precious little pony that I didn't think anyone would think is pretty on the ranch. No, I should take that pony out kind of thing. Where it's just that that's advice I give people all the time. It's like, if you like it, show it to the world.
Right.
And I still can't even take that advice personally.
Yeah.
Where it's hard. Be like, no one's going to like this.
It is hard.
I wonder how much great art, how many songs the person was just kind of sitting on and going, I don't think anyone's going to like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Or like the ones where they like showed a label and the label was like, this is dog shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Chappell Roan, Pink Pony Club.
They didn't like Pink Pony Club?
They dropped her.
Fuck me.
The legend goes, I might get corrected on this, but
okay.
The story that I heard was that they were like, we don't like this direction. It doesn't make sense to us.
Right.
And Dan Nigro, producer, like essentially like started a label to put it out because he was like, I believe in this, and it is the reason, right? Like, I mean,
I think it's probably fear of. I mean, it's essentially a song about someone coming out,
right? You know, and it's also different from a lot of, you know, it's not like it's not a Dua Lipa song. No. You know what I mean? Dua
Lipa songs are catchy, but they're incredibly low stakes.
Right. Yes.
There's nothing. Yeah. I don't listen to any Dua Lipa song and go, wow, this is this person kind of, not to say bearing their soul, but bearing their soul. Whereas with Chappell Roan, you're like, you know, oh, you're an openly awkward lesbian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Naked in Manhattan.
Right.
It's a bop, but it's a fucking tough song to listen to if you really listen to it. Because she's just like, we're friends, but we're going to fuck later. And you're like, oh, okay. This is a lot coming from a young person.
Yeah. She's amazing.
Oh, yeah. She's incredible. And like Pink Pony Club, my wife had to tell me to stop singing that song around the house. Because I would just, out of nowhere, I would just go, Pink Pony Club. And then nothing else. And she's like, I'm going to fucking murder you. I'm sick of hearing that. You know, it's an earworm on the, there's a viral video of a farmer who's just dancing around his farm singing it, male farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that song permeated.
Oh yeah. It wasn't just,
the zeitgeist in the craziest way.
Yeah.
It's so funny. To hear that, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because anybody whose whole job is what's next. I mean, there's maybe 5 people that can maybe kind of do that.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Noah, who's a chef and a cookbook author, and his dad was one of the producers he's produced rock albums in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's one of the producers on Saturday Night Fever and like that Eric Clapton album where whatever, Ocean Drive, where he's like on the lawn.
Yeah.
There's that guy climbing the palm tree. That's Noah's dad.
Crazy.
And Noah was the guy on like Jive Talking, that loop, that he just was like, well, just loop that and start the song. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
We're just gonna have a guy play that he's like, why? Have that guy play something else. It was just like, oh, you saw the future of recording.
Yeah.
And now he works for various companies and is kind of evidently like a futurist.
Yeah.
About what the next thing is.
Right.
Kind of predicting, kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
That's the only person I've ever heard of that I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
That should be that guy's job.
Yeah.
Suits.
No.
That are like, I imagine that guy in a meeting. This song is far too lesbian.
Right. Yeah. Or just being like, what is it about? Like,
how is this a hit?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a 55-year-old man.
There was a Summer Cannibals song on the last album that was like, the whole record was like coming out of this relationship with this like much older guy who, ended up being super scary.
Right.
And Bob Boylan at NPR said to our publicist at the time, I don't get this. And I was like, you know what? Fair, Bob. It really wasn't for you now that I think about it. But it is like an inability to kind of like use your imagination and you know what I mean? Like find what you relate to in something, right? Not that you have to do that with everything that you hear. And, he didn't know us anything. But I did think it was funny because I was like, you know what? Valid.
Yeah.
You're like, you're just a guy.
Sure. As long as you're not negating it.
Right. I don't get this.
I mean, that's so, and that, I hate to say it's still typical male though.
But it was funny though.
It's like, it is funny, but it's like, you can also kind of go, can you imagine what it would be to go through that as a woman?
Right.
You don't have to imagine everything a woman does in her life. But you can kind of imagine. Maybe.
Put on a dress. You're all right.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Don't have to do that,
Yeah.
But like you can imagine, you can put yourself in other perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, that slams everything home. I remember, this is fucking dark, but I remember backpacking through Europe and being, we went to Munich and we thought he'd take a day trip and visit Dachau, the concentration camp. And I remember going, and it's of course incredibly stark and incredibly very sad. Yeah. But I remember kind of really making an effort to go, imagine if this was my mom. Imagine if this was my friends, kind of thing. And that, I'd learned about the Holocaust my entire life. But that was a moment where I was just like, I hate to say it hit me, but it just go, holy fucking shit. So I think I was 22 at the point. And it's that thing where I think that's a huge part of, I'm using that, flipping that to like the artist perspective, or an artist enjoyer perspective. You have to kind of go, well, what if I was her? What if and it's just, you just appreciate it so much more. You know what I mean? And then that would make NPR dude get it.
Bob.
You didn't have to be like, what's the point of this? And for the record, that's not exclusive to men. Everybody does that. Everybody's like, I'm not the kind of person who.
Or like, well, if I were in that position, I would,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I talk about this a lot. You don't know what you're going to do until the exact situation.
No. I remember years, like maybe being like 25 or something, being I was always like scared of getting cancer.
But wow.
Yeah.
I'm
we have a
sorry.
lot of it in my family.
Okay.
And I remember like watching something on like Dateline or so, I don't know, some like news thing.
Sure.
Where it was like this experimental THC treatment where they give this person like a bucket of like this THC and it's like, we think that it might be curing their cancer. And like, I was like, I'd do it. If I get cancer, I'm just going to go straight to that. I'm just going to try it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do the experiment. And then I got cancer and I was like, I'm going to do what the doctor says.
You're not just going to rip bong loads all day?
I'm okay. Actually, you know what? Like, now that I'm here and this is my actual life.
Sure.
I think I'm going to do what the doctor says.
You're always...
but I remember being so confident about it.
Oh,
I think this works, guys.
My friends were insistent on natural childbirth and things started not going well and they got her to a hospital in time and everything's fine. Baby's okay. She's okay. But it's that thing of, I'm not saying never do that, but I'm saying, you know what I mean?
We've come a long way with Western medicine.
100,000%.
I used to always be like, I don't trust doctors.
Of course.
And then I needed one and I was like, now I'm like 6 years in and I'm like, I love him.
Well, and
whatever
it's like,
he says, I trust him.
We always say it wrong. It's not that you don't trust doctors. You just don't ever want to be around them. You don't want to need them.
Yeah.
You kind of hate them. You kind of hate them for who they are. You hate waiting to fucking be, sitting there. You hate bad news. You hate, the very stoic way they have to be kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was so knocked out when my father-in-law was, last time we saw him, and there was a social worker who came in and was like, "How are you guys doing? Does anyone need a hug?" And she looked close to tears, and it fucking broke me. I started tearing up. I was like, "Thanks for just being human like that."
Yeah.
But doctors can't do that. You know what I mean? Their job is very clinical, and we fucking hate clinical. I hate clinical.
Yeah.
Clinical sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying come in and be like, it's almost worse when doctors try to be buddy and they're just like, they're like, "So yeah, you big drinking guy? Hey, you should probably lose about 20 pounds.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah.
No offense. There's a lot of things. Do you know what Peloton is? Fuck you."
We can give you a 20% discount if you use this code.
Yeah. Remember Brian Regan had a bit about like, as he's leaving, a doctor goes, "Oh yeah, and cut out dairy." It's just like, I was like, "Oh yeah, lose all happiness the rest of your life."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that we don't trust them.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at doctors. They're exhausted.
Right.
There's no fucking conspiracy.
Yeah. My oncologist, who I love, who I hated when I met him.
Sure.
After like months, like maybe like 6 months into everything.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I know everybody when I walk in. They're
Sure.
like, "Hey, Jessica." And I'm like, "Hey," But my partner at the time, was coming with me to an appointment and hadn't really been and had never met my oncologist.
Okay.
And we're like in the little physical therapist office and he knew that I was in there and it was Halloween and he decided to pop in and say hi and he was dressed as Thing 1. He had like a red onesie and like a blue wig and it was my partner at the time's first time meeting the man who essentially was saving my life.
That's awesome.
And I was like, yeah, doesn't usually look like that. But then later I was like, what if he had to tell someone something bad that day? Like, what? He must have been confident that he would not have to, right? Surely.
Yes. It was not that day. All results had come in.
Exactly.
No, you don't just go, "It's fucking Halloween."
It's Halloween. What are you going to do about it?
Yes. I'm dressed up like Galinda. Yes. And I have bad news for this dude. My chest hair puffing out of my princess.
Get bad news
my
from
good
Galinda?
witch dress. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, we have to start making plans.
Yeah.
Generously, you probably have 6 months. You take off the Darth Vader helmet. It's just, I mean, because that's the thing. It's like a lot of them have to be taught bedside manner.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and I would rather just have a cold motherfucker.
Yeah.
A cold ass bitch that just says something harsh as shit if you are going to help me. rather than
don't like sugar
rather than
things.
Patch Adams,
Right, yeah.
like doing fucking cartwheels, telling me I have ass cancer. Like, I'd rather, you know what I mean? But at the same time, there has to be there. Oh my God. We're literally, okay. So we just wrote a sketch together just now. It is the oncologist. It's got to be an oncologist,
Has
right?
to. Yeah.
Who refuses to not do Halloween. He loves Halloween so fucking much. It's his thing. It's like Dana Gould. He's got all the like glass blown ghosts and shit that are like in his yard and stuff. Like old school Halloween, where it's just the makeup, everything is there, but he still has to. I think if a doctor gave me bad news in an elaborate costume, I would beat the shit.
What if he was dressed like the Grim Reaper though?
Oh my God. What?
The fog machine.
It's a scary costume. That's the thing. No,
lights.
Halloween has to be scary. It has to be fucking scary. Yes, I'm dressed as the Grim Reaper. Yes. Yes. Okay. And in my job, I deal with death. But those two, everyone can take the difference.
Yeah.
And see.
We're all adults here.
At least take off the skull mask. You don't have to pull the hood down. Put down the fucking scythe. Put the scythe down.
Oh my God.
It's like you're in bed and the scythe's over you.
Yeah. It's your anesthesiologist.
Shit out of my face. Okay, well, I'm glad you're doing well. You're healthy. Still cruising for chicks on the road.
Yeah.
I like that. That's sorry. I asked you before if there's anything you wanted to promote. You said there wasn't, but is there anything you produced that's coming out that you can talk about? Or
I just co-wrote a single for an artist called Jen Wigmore, who's awesome. The record came out. It's called Beautiful Mess. And it's sick. She's sick. She's really cool. She's from New Zealand.
Okay.
And then I just produced and co-wrote a song that came out called Will They Won't They with this artist Mara, based in Portland.
Okay.
Which is super fun and like pop rock sort
I think I've heard of Mara.
Stuff.
Okay.
Great. And then I'm just like working on a few records with people and doing the thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, buddy.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
This was a funny conversation.
You what?
It's very dark.
No, I love it though.